This guy thinks he's so cool. Oh God, no. Okay. It's all right. This is embarrassing. The long zoom lenses, they're gonna compress the image, so they're gonna bring the foreground and the background closer to each other. Everything feels closer. I love this edit where my hands were just coming down into the mixer. There's something about starting a video with something that draws people in, and whether they're gonna stay or not, it holds their attention a little bit longer. Let me guide you to revive the light. Today we're gonna look at some of my old projects, and then maybe we'll look at some of my more recent ones, and we'll compare to see, what I've improved on, but also look at what I need to work on. So jumping all the way back to 2023, let's just see what's right here in this. So, I've done a really good job of being consistent about organizing my media. So I have my audio folder, my clips, and I know this is where my rendered final edit is. Let's look real quick at what kind of files we have here. So we have the audio, probably from the external recorder. Looks like I have two kinds of clips. One is a .mov, probably from an iPhone. Yes. Okay, so camera angle on that machine for some sample pads. In my main angle, wow. I think this is pre-mirrorless cameras for me. I don't think this was what is it, C1? Yeah, I can't remember which camera was used for this video. I mean, I like the angle. I think it's like you're just hanging out with me. Terrible outfit. The cooler, like, why is the cooler there? Just in these remotes, oh, it just looks so messy. Yo, and check out the table. Like packing blankets, ratchet strap around the table to hold everything. And the Christmas lights, oh no. No, please, guys, keep the Christmas lights for Christmas. The DJ booth is not it. Wow, I don't even know what to say about that. But let's look at the final edit here. Okay, so definitely did some color editing to make it look more colorful, saturated. Nice mix. A little deep house. The lighting is nice. The lighting, I think I did a good job of having these two different colors here, sort of like that pink, purple on the left and the blue on the right. Makes a nice contrast, and I'm wearing a blue sweatshirt. So I think that's a pretty good job on the lighting, except the Christmas lights. I mean, they're nice for the effect. I don't know if I like them as a prop. What else? The background. I could have done a better job cleaning up the background. I don't know that the red cooler really ties into the world here. And the glass of wine, the remotes, everything else is fine. I mean, it's kind of cool to see a little speaker here, the couch, sort of cozy at home, nice windows. So background, maybe just some cleanup, definitely. And for editing, I mean, this is very simple. It looks like just like a one camera angle the whole time. So I think I like these kinds of edits, simple edits, when I'm trying to make a video that's not very distracting. Like, it's not all about the cuts and the effects or the visuals. This is just like all about the music. You're just hanging out, just watching over my shoulder. Pretty chill. Let's see what's up ahead. Okay, so yeah. Oh gosh. I am not a finger drummer. Nevertheless, we're looking at filming and not at my DJ skills here. So we see that second camera angle down here. Okay. I mean, what can I say about that? Is it necessary? Especially if I'm not doing something all the time. But I guess it gives you this cool angle from a different perspective, and it's kind of like zoomed in as you're closer to the action. Good vibes though. So yeah, and also like, why wasn't it there in the beginning? And it just like comes on. I don't know about that choice. But let's look at something else. Deep House in Stowe. Okay, I remember this. Yeah, this was just one camera. I think this was the A7 IV. Oh gosh, this is at an Airbnb after some snowboarding. Cozy Airbnb in a basement. I don't know what I'm wearing. Why do I have the goggles? This guy thinks he's so cool. All right. Looks like I'm using my favorite controller, the Pioneer Ergo. Oh my gosh, I had that all the way through college and DJ parties, bars, weddings. That controller is a beast. It still works. And it's over 10 years old. But yeah, this is a Tractor set. So I use Tractor with some MIDI controls there with the Machina and the Jam. All right, so I like sort of the angle. I like the vibe. I like the camera shot. I think this was shot with an 85 millimeter lens. So it gives you, what you might hear as compression, meaning the foreground and the background feel like they're closer to each other. That's what a longer lens is the look that it's gonna give you. And by longer, I mean something that is, let's say, 85 millimeters and above. So even like a 200 millimeter lens. Those are sort of like the long zoom lenses. They're going to compress the image. So they're going to bring the foreground and the background closer to each other. Everything feels closer. So nice. I like the plant sort of framing the top, the speaker on the left. I actually, here in this video, I don't mind the lack of cleanup. It's kind of cool to see the wires. It's sort of, it feels random. Like I just popped up the gear and started DJing, which is exactly what I did. Nice touch with the whiskey. Good vibes. But let's look at the edit renders. Let's take a look at this. Okay. Nice job with the simple color grade. Feels natural. Nice greens. I think the edit's pretty nice. The camera choice is good. It feels very immersive, like you're right there. Now the outfit choice, terrible. Outfit choice, unbelievably terrible. Like, what is he wearing, dude? Oh, and the audio is bad. Yep. Definitely maxing out the gain there. Oh, yeah, no. So the audio level here was recorded way too loud in the external recorder, and you can hear the... So terrible job with the audio recording. Bad quality. Good mix. It was fun. I remember that. Let's look at this render. I don't remember this. Oh, God, no. Okay. It's all right. This is embarrassing. This mix was about, I wanted to learn how to put different camera angles together in just like one screen. So I wanted to make these divisions. That was the challenge for this one. And the other challenge that I combined was to do a workout video while I DJ'd. So I had this other camera angle behind me. Oh no. Guys, this is how I learned. This is how I learned to never do this again, first of all. Oh, okay. Where do we begin? Okay. Cameras. On the left side, I think this is definitely a GoPro on the window. Oh yeah. No, it's not on the window. It's right here. Yeah, let's move my ass out of the way. Yeah, a GoPro right here on this tripod to get this camera angle on the left side. And I can tell because the fisheye effect is pretty strong right here. So the camera was tilted at 90, like portrait mode. So that gave me this footage. And then on this here, I can see the other tripod with this camera right now, the one that's facing the window. And looks like for the other shot, this one, I have this pole here with the Sony ZV-1. It's a point and shoot camera that was made by Sony, I don't know, like 6 years ago maybe. And it was tailored to vlogging and content creation. But I like it because it's really a good it's the combination between having some professional controls and a very, very small, compact body that is easy to carry around. I take it for street photography walks, things like that. So in this case, it was really easy to put it up on the stand without that much like counterweight balance because it's very light. And it got me this shot, the top-down shot. I remember spending a lot of time just like perfecting the parallel lines of the mixer because even at a slightly off-tilted angle, all of a sudden your mix looks off. Like all the parallel lines are a little bit skewed, or I wanted to have like a completely inline shot. So I spent a lot of time messing with that, I remember. And the lighting, I mean, we're just working with sunlight. It's kind of nice. And I can see I had to put this other light back here, this panel, because the window is so bright that I was basically in a silhouette in this other camera angle here. So that light in the stand is pointing at me here, so you can see me. And this is why you see so much light right here on the bed and on the desk. But it is what it is. I think the music was good. Oh, I guess we didn't talk about the screen recording. So this is simple if you don't know how to do this. Hold Command Shift and then 5. Command Shift 5. And that lets you do a screen record. So Command Shift 3, it's a screen grab. It's just a picture of your screen. Command Shift 5 will open up a little window or menu where you can select if you want to record into a video a section of your screen or the entire screen. So for something like this, what you can do is you can open, if you're DJing with your computer, you can screen record your DJ software to get the waveforms, your library, your mixing, whatever it is that you want to show on the screen. That's how you can grab it. And depending on what you're using as your audio output, you might even be able to select that audio interface or that digital output as the microphone for the video. And so in some situations, you can screen grab your DJ software or your screen and also record the audio from the computer. So editing, okay. I mean, I guess I learned how to put the different squares together, but I mean, that's like level 1 editing. You just move your windows around, you crop them, make sure everything fits. Story-wise, maybe it was interesting. Like, Can I work out while I DJ? No. So looking back at it, terrible idea. Let's do a couple more. Maybe I'll spend a little less time here. Okay, this is interesting. So I had captured this shot with the GoPro, and I had also captured the top-down view here with the ZV-1. And what I wanted to try is to see if I could combine the two to make it look like, well, you'll see, like my hands were controlling the controller, but like on my lap, basically. So you get a picture of the whole mixer, and you also get the hands, and it's sort of like that transition kind of goes away. It kind of looks odd. And of course, on the bottom, I downloaded or I recorded this screen to get the waveforms. So I think great idea. Lighting it's okay. I think I mean the background, it makes a nice color wave with the deep blacks and the purple, but I can tell this is the GoPro, and the GoPros are just not great in low light situations. So all the noise and the weirdness that you see behind me in the background is because of the GoPro's limitations. The ZV-1 did a great job to do the top-down shot, and it looks really great. And the screen grab is fun. The editing is awesome. I think I love this edit where my hands were just coming down into the mixer. So fun idea, great opportunity to learn there. Here's another version the next day. Just trying more things. So, concept, it worked. We tried it again. Yep. So, okay. Here, let's see. Get it again. Okay, I remember these were assets for this mix. Render videos. Okay. So here is the main sort of film.
Hey, shush, listen up. I want to say something. People, Earth, I need to say
so
something.
In this mix definitely was a big jump from what I had tried before. This was sort of my like real go at it. And it was a big jump. It was a big jump to go from the videos that I had tried before to being able to do this. So just gonna take the music out for a bit. I think this is great. It feels nice to go back to look at this, and because I remember the feeling of having finished this production and having gone through the planning, the testing of cameras and batteries and setups, and seeing what was the best time of day to do it so I would have the lighting that I wanted to have. After going through all of that, doing a recording, having so much fun during the mix and feeling good about it, and then getting into the editing, it was really exciting. Yeah, this one was a big jump. I remember feeling really proud of this one. So for the cameras, this one I know, like this shot here is with the ZV-1. This close-up one, this one is with the GoPro. And then I have an A7 IV farther back in the balcony to get this straight on shot. So cameras look good. I spent a good amount of time making sure they all look the same in the color page in DaVinci Resolve. If you are looking for a video editor and you're not using one currently, I recommend DaVinci Resolve. I made a video about how I use DaVinci Resolve, and I show you how to make and edit your first DJ video. It's free to download, so you can get started right now. But I spent a good amount of time in DaVinci Resolve in the color page, making sure that all the different cameras looked exactly the same. So there's a way to put your two camera shots side by side, like you can half the screen, and you can compare exactly the color, the contrast, the saturation. And great camera choices, like the angles. I think I did a good job of picking and spending time making sure lines were lined up, the perspective was right, the height was correct. Nice compositions. Very nice. And the editing is engaging. The cuts into the action, like when I'm doing stuff on the mixer. So a nice big jump there. And I think here maybe I remember feeling like what I could do better was a little bit more of my engagement with the camera, kind of trying to remember that this was a performance for the film. And I had to imagine the people behind the camera. And, that's something that I've always a little like struggled with a little bit, just in terms of knowing how much to like put on a little bit. Not because I'm afraid to like not be myself, because I just always do whatever feels right. Sometimes in some of my mixes, I am moving more, I'm dancing, I'm like hyped up. And in others, I'm just a little bit more calm, and I like to just focus on the music. And I'm still enjoying it, but it's just like different moods. But I also remember that like I'm putting on a performance, and so many times you have to show up to the performance with something. So it's interesting to watch, to see the evolution also of my like body language while I'm playing. Am I very conscious about the camera, or am I just like really truly enjoying the moment while I'm mixing? Now let's look at something more recent. So this is my latest mix right here. It's a summer mix. Nice way to build the tension. Okay. Nice intro. So the editing is definitely, I like the editing. So, we've come a long way. I think with practice, I can see that I've improved on my compositions, definitely. Just like knowing where to put the camera and what it's looking at. I think I'm understanding that I can combine different sizes, for example. Like the wide angle makes me look small compared to the background. But then combining that with a camera that's really close to me, making me look large. and having that to work with in the composition of the edit. Because I knew I wanted to do sort of layers. I knew I wasn't gonna like cut back between the different camera angles. So before I got to the editing, and even before the filming, I had already thought about the editing. I could almost had it like sketched out, you know, like I knew that I wanted this kind of composition. And I had done something similar earlier, like I think maybe a few weeks back I had tried this kind of editing. And so I knew that I was going for something specific. Nevertheless, I think there's some things that I could improve on. I think in the middle camera, in the middle edit, the way that I combined the two, I forget what composition I chose and how much of the opacity did I change to make it look like this. But what I don't like is it makes my skin color look different than the smaller one. And so it's a little off-putting. It's like, I feel like they should match temperature, or it just looks like two different people. Or the choice should have been make that one look completely different. But I think they look too similar but wrong, rather than the middle one being a choice of it looking different. And the third angle is cool. I think maybe I would have wanted to see the tractor controller more. Right now it's a little bit hidden, like you miss a lot of the action up here just because of the way it blends with the bright room here, the door. But the colors are nice. I like the contrast between the yellow, the reds, the warm here. I think this was a great choice. I put a light in the bathroom here, and so the door frame itself was acting as like a flag or a line here. So it was hitting me right here on the back and on this wall, but it wasn't illuminating anything else. Nice choice with the lighting. And the camera angles, I think, are great. And maybe if I can, next time what I'll try to do is take this GoPro shot and make it a true top-down shot, so that the mixer, like once I overlay the mixer together with the other footage, everything will be like straight up and down, and you see everything. But not too bad with the edit. I think it's great. It's fun. It's easy to look at. It's unique, maybe memorable. I think what this gave me was a fun thumbnail to make. Like this was a really fun thumbnail to look at. And I don't know if that many people clicked on it, honestly. Sometimes I fear that with these compositions, my potential audience is confused. Like sometimes I feel, well, I know what's going on, but if somebody was swiping by this video thumbnail, what would their initial reaction be? And it's really hard for me to judge that, because I've spent so many hours and time looking at this and sort of falling in love with it and trying to make it look amazing. But that's subjective to me. So I'm doing what feels amazing to me. And that's all you can do. Let's look at this one. Okay, yes, that's what I thought. All right, this is a great one to look at. This is about experimentation right here. This is why I wanted to call the DJ video lab of this channel a lab, because I wanted it to be about experimentation. I want to look at things and sort of learn about the techniques, but then how to use those techniques to think outside the box, even though that sounds a little bit cliche. And so for this one, I don't know. I was like, what the hell? Why not try some weird crap and see what happens? So this was a little bit like throwing things up on the wall and just letting fun mistakes happen. So let's first go back to the intro, because I think, let's watch again. Yeah, I mean, that's a nice moment. So here's what I'll say. Let me watch one more time. Yes, okay. So we're 5 seconds in, not even. Yeah, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Okay, 4 seconds. And in those 4 seconds, I've learned that a lot of people click off your video. I think it's because a lot of people just click into things accidentally, or there's something that they were interested in and they click in, but they weren't actually committed to watching that video. And they like immediately realize that and they click out your video. And so that's going to happen no matter what kind of video you make. But there's something about starting a video with something that draws people in, and whether they're going to stay or not, it holds their attention a little bit longer. So in this video, what I try to do is build up this tension for 4 or 5 seconds before I hit the slate, because at that point is maybe what I was thinking is, let's say you clicked on this DJ video and then the first thing that you see is someone with a slate, like a cinema slate. I would think, what didn't I just click on a DJ video, and then what is he gonna do? Is he the DJ? There's some questions there. There's curiosity. And then before it's too long, I immediately resolve that with the transition into the music, the effects, the DJ wearing headphones, and the mixer. So it immediately like pulls me into the world of the music. Now, honestly, some people might hate this. They might be like, why? Or they just don't like the way it looks. And honestly, maybe one day I'll feel that way too. I may one day look at this and be like, why did I do this? But right now, it feels good, fun. All the weirdness happening here with the colors and the way that these two videos blend with one another is super cool. I can't even fully explain how it works and why that is. But part of it was just experimenting with some random buttons and seeing what happens. I even brought in this other angle here at some point. And I remember the mix being pretty good. This one was, I think it was like down tempo, building up all the way through progressive house into techno. So it was a nice progression. It kind of told a story from sort of like a more chill vibe to a little bit of a harder feel. So nice overall. I think the colors could be a little bit better. It looks like I was going for this sort of red tint and the colors just don't pop. So I don't know if that was in the edit or just the lighting itself in the room, but it could be better. The lighting could be way better. Well, that was fun and maybe a little bit embarrassing, but nevertheless, I learned a lot and I hope you did too. I hope this video helped you look at some of the things that I'm thinking about when I'm looking at my videos and I'm critiquing them. I hope you can do the same to your own. And don't let yourself feel bad. Just look at the things that can improve and then seek the knowledge to try to improve it and to learn how to do it. There's a ton of information out there, and I hope that this channel is one of the resources for you.